Hello guys and welcome back to the Summer Day Studios YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how, again, you can mix two different materials but in a much more precise way. So we've previously gone over how you can use noise to plug into a mix shader like we have here. I have two separate materials, a path material and a grass material plugged into a mix, and we can plug noise into this to sort of more randomly combine those two together and create more interesting materials. But what if you wanted to create something very, very specific, like perhaps a grassy field or some sort of natural environment, and you had a house on that field and you wanted a stone path leading up to the field. So how could you apply those two different materials to an object in Maya if you, for whatever reason, didn't want to go and manually paint those in another application? Well, we can paint a alpha mask or just a mask using Maya's 3D paint feature. So if I go ahead and pause this render, and I'm just going to create a new material here. I'm just going to create a Lambert, okay? And once we've created that Lambert, I'm going to come to the rendering tab at the top of Maya here, and there's this little button here called the 3D Paint tool. I'm going to go ahead and double click that, and there's a whole bunch of settings. But what we're looking for here is to assign and edit a texture. So we're going to press that, and here is where you can essentially define how big your mask texture is going to be. Now, the size of this will depend on how much detail you need. If you're going for a very, very large environment, you might need this to be higher resolution so that the mask actually has enough detail for when you zoom into those areas. If you're going to be a bit closer up, then something smaller might do. I'm just going to go with a 2K map today. Image format, generally you can set that to JPEG if you like. I'm just going to do PNG for today, and then you just go to assign edit textures. So what that's now done is that has connected up a PNG image essentially to this. So as we paint on this surface now, we will be painting on that PNG texture live. So like we've gone over before, when using any kind of texture to drive the difference, right, if we were to plug that into the mix, it's going to be black and white. The white will be areas where shader 1 shows up, and the black will be areas where shader 2 shows up. Or vice versa, depending on which way it's plugged in. So I'm going to go ahead and just flood this temporarily with black. So you can see here as I flood that there, we change the color to black. It's made the entire square black. You do want to make sure you have textured mode turned on in here in the viewport so you can actually see what's happening. And we're going to define where I would like a path to be on this grassy field. And in order to do that, we're going to change our color to white. And the white parts, if I go ahead and start painting here, is where our path is going to be. Now, you can adjust the fall off here. You can have quite a hard brush if you want like a very, very solid, defined shape to your path, or you could have a bit of fall off if you want it to look like it's been a bit more reclaimed by nature and it's been there for a while. So I think for today, I'm going to go with a bit more fall off. You can also adjust the radius as well. So you can make a bigger path. Maybe we'll do a slightly bigger path today. I'll make that something like 3. And then you literally just go ahead and start painting. So I'm just going to do a bit of a winding path like this. Nothing crazy. Okay, maybe we'll extend this a bit more over this way. And then we'll leave it at that. And then essentially all you need to do now is come down to Save Texture once you're done. Click that. And then it will show you the path here where that's been saved. So by default, it's going to save in a folder called 3D Paint Textures under Source Images. So if you just navigate to your default project folder within your Maya directory, and then go to Source Images and 3D Paint Textures, generally the folder it's going to be saved in will be named after the scene that you're currently using. I can see that's this one here. It's on the 17th of November, which is when I'm recording this. And I open this up, and we've got a few different things in here to use. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one here, since this is what matches my UVs. Generally, there'll only be one image in here. I'm not sure why there's been multiple. But if that happens, just cross-reference this with your UVs. I know these match mine, just by the way this is laid out and the way I painted it. And copy this file path, because we're going to need it in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave that for the time being. I'm going to come back to the Hypershade editor, and I've just gone ahead and created a file node. You can just press tab and type in file to create that. And we're going to press this little file icon under the image name. And now we're going to paste in our directory, and we're going to take that texture file that we just created here, and we're going to open that. We're going to set the color space to utility and then raw, and to alpha is luminance. Okay. And then we're going to take the out color red, or you can take the out color alpha, or just out color green or blue. Generally, what you want is either just out color alpha or one color channel. I like to take out color red. And we're just going to plug that directly into the mix. Okay. Now, if I go ahead and apply this mix material, you remember before we just had all grass. And if I render this now, you can see where we painted, we're now getting this cobblestone texture. Okay. And it has that soft fall off that we did, that you could see when we were painting, right, with the white. And if we had much harder, then it would be a much harsher line. And this is just like the start of this process. I wouldn't, you know, you could just leave this here, but you can go ahead and layer up these masks basically as much as you like with more and more mixed materials. But this is a great way just to very, very quickly get started. You know, you could add bits of grass around here actually with models as well for a more close-up hero shot and really, really break up this sort of area. But as you can see, this is a very, very useful and easy way to quickly paint mask textures in Maya for blending two materials together if you want a bit more control like you would in more traditional like 3D paint software like Substance or 3D Coat and so on. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Just a little short video today on something that I thought was quite cool that I don't see many people talking about. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask. Always love to answer those. Any suggestions as well, those are also amazing. I think this video itself is a suggestion. Someone commented how I did this on a video a little bit ago. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.